am Tanisha Laverne, Grand Live on the red carpet at Cipriani 42nd Street for the Gordon Parks Foundation Gala, and what a night it has been on this red carpet. I have interviewed legendary Danny Glover, who talks about the time Gordon Parks photographed him. Can you believe it? And Freddie from Fab Five Freddie. You guys stay tuned because you do not want to miss these iconic tales of the legendary Gordon Parks, who gave us the Learning Tree, Shaft, and so many amazing moments in history, particularly in Black culture. I have an icon and a legend, a legacy to the Johnson Publications dynasty, Linda Johnson Rice. Talk to me a little bit about the legacy of Gordon Parks and what that means to you in this climate that we're in.
Oh, absolutely. Gordon Parks, first of all, an amazing, amazing photographer, artist, historian, just a fabulous person. And his legacy is obviously going to live on forever in the photographs that were published and the books. And, you know, he also did photographs for Ebony, Ebony magazine, which is great. So
absolutely,
you're a part of his history as well.
Well, Ebony is history. Ebony is a reflection of us. You know, what does it mean to you today when you think about like the online culture that we have, you know, the internet, you know, these new platforms, bloggers? What are your thoughts about how they're safeguarding culture as opposed to, you know, when Ebony first started?
Well, I will tell you that I think they're doing it in their own way and in their own style. Gotcha. But you also have to know that ebony.com is right there with them.
Nice.
So we have been able to pivot and transform and move with the digital age as well. You have to. You don't have any choice.
The legendary Dapper Dan. Look at you. You're looking good. Excellent. Talk to me a little bit about the legacy of Gordon Parks and what that means to you. Yeah.
It means everything to me because when I was a young guy, I read A Choice of Weapons, the book by Gordon Parks. And one of my favorite movies, what he directed, was The Learning Tree.
The Learning Tree.
Wow. 7 times, right? And in addition to that, I like the influence he had because he did the first movie, Superfly. So I'm all into him.
I love it.
And I went back to his career when he did things for Look magazine. I never remember. Yes.
Wow.
I'm a big Gordon Farm fan.
You know, he was also a visual artist. Is there a particular piece that resonates with you?
I knew him more as a writer.
Okay.
And a photographer for Look magazine. But Choice of Weapons changed my whole life. That book that he wrote, Choice of Weapons, and The Learning Tree, to give you an idea, when I saw The Learning Tree, I'm a first-generation New Yorker, right?
Oh, wow.
And then being a first-generation New Yorker, and in The Learning Tree, when the main character went into the living room, I didn't know awake was literally when you sleep by the body. And I got that from The Learning Tree with Gordon Parks.
Oh, my goodness. I love you so much as a Harlem to Harlem.
Yes.
You know, talk to me a little bit about what's next for you. I mean, you've had such an amazing journey. You know, there's been a whole lot of going back and forth in the press about whether or not we are supporting Gucci or not. Talk to me a little bit about your thoughts about that.
Well, you know what? We have resolved that issue with people who are informed. We're trying to get the information to trickle down to the grassroots.
Yeah.
To the grassroots. But I just want people to remember that this is a great opportunity that Gucci has given us, and the most important thing we have to remember about boycotts is that boycotts have always gotten doors to open.
Okay.
We don't boycott the closed doors. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm happy about the opportunities and the change makers that Gucci is offering for minorities to come into the fashion industry. It's a phenomenal opportunity, and I hope people take advantage of it.
You know what?
But for myself, I'm moving on now, and I have a book coming out. My memoirs is coming out July 9th. It'll be at we're doing something at the Apollo. And then July 10th, we'll be doing book signing at BAM. And then after that, the Schomburg. Everything you ever wanted to know about Harlem but didn't know who to ask will be in my memoirs.
Guys, this is an amazing night. It is the Gordon Parks Foundation Gala. I have one of my favorite human beings on earth.
Thank you.
Sherry Bronfman, talk to me a little bit. I mean, you are a mainstay here. We see you every year. Talk to me a little bit about what it means for you to be here.
It's very important, and it's very important for a number of reasons. Photographers and people that are interested in that medium of art must be supported. And as you know, our photos tell a story that's very important historically, and the context becomes important for a myriad of reasons. I was in the original Shaft. I played Marcy.
Woo!
And so I had the privilege of working with Gordon Parks. And my part, I always say I was essential to the plot.
You were?
Yeah, without me, Richard Roundtree would not have had a job, a.k.a. Shaft.
Wow, the original Shaft. This lady, beautiful actress in the original Shaft.
Yes.
We just recently lost a legend.
Yes.
Icon, John Singleton, and he remade Shaft in 2001 or 2002.
Yes.
Talk to me a little bit about what the legacy of John's work means today.
I think that the fact that he was able to reproduce it, to direct it, and put it back out there again, so that even within 2 weeks you have another Shaft coming out.
That amazing.
Yes, and if he had not been able to do that, then it would not have happened.
Wow.
So for a number of reasons it becomes important, because then you have all of those wonderful people that are able to work. All of the young people that are able to embrace the story, and because of Google, they can go and find out how Shaft came about and what it really meant creatively to the image of black men. Because, John Shaft had an image that was considerably different from that of other actors that were being put forth in the medium of movies.
You know what? Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Glover, for joining us on the red carpet. We have your girlfriend here. She's talking about her role in the original Shaft. Talk to me a little bit tonight about what the Gordon Parks legacy means to you today.
I had a chance to meet Gordon Parks. I had a chance to have him take pictures of me. I mean, I'm envious. As people should be envious. I mean, I do. When he took this special edition of photographs of the color purple. They called him down there, and I spent so much time with Gordon Parks, and he took these pictures. Some of the best pictures I ever had taken of me in my life.
Oh my goodness!
And in 1985. So I think that. Yeah, I sure was something. I can imagine. I remember that the movie that still stands. They're still making Shaft.
Listen, I was just talking to Sherry about the late John Singleton. We recently just lost him, a legend, an icon in the space, and he had the opportunity to redo Shaft. Talk to John Singleton.
When he brought it back, when he did the Shaft, he did the first one that was done with
Sam.
Yeah, with Sam.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
And so, which is great, because then it gives a whole nother generation that whole storyline.
The best movie best movie of the lot. The first one. It's still alive. The best music. The best music in
Isaac Hayes ever. I love Isaac Hayes. Listen, it wasn't an Isaac Hayes photo album cover with Pat Evans that inspired my haircut. So, listen, you guys.
Sound like your mother would say, "Shut your mouth."
Shut your mouth. I am on cloud 9 right now. What a moment.
Shut your mouth. How you come up with that? That's crazy. That Shaft is a bad. Shut your mouth.
Shut your mouth. A bad mother.
Yeah.
You're a black girl magic personified.
Thank you so much.
The impersonations that you do are just out of this world. Talk to me a little bit about what it means to you today to host this activation. Gordon Parks, an icon, legendary, avant-garde.
I mean, you're killing it right now. I don't need to say anything.
Thank you.
You are really helping embody what he was and what his legacy still means.
Thank you.
Which is power to the people in the form of images, in the form of storytelling. And hopefully that's what I get to do, and so many of the other people here being honored. So it's my privilege.
Let me ask you this. When you have these blocks, because I know artists, we come to the canvas sometimes and there's this blockage there. How do you deal with that and push past it?
I would say that I have to treat my process like it's coming through me instead of like I'm driving it.
Oh,
I have to let it work me, and then the work comes.
Wow. Do you have a favorite character that you like to impersonate?
I don't. They're all my favorites. I'm like a proud parent. There's no one favorite baby. I love them all the same.
Wow. You know what? I saw you, I believe, at the Apollo or the Schomburg. I forget which talk it was.
Both very possible because I was at both. I'm proud of both associations.
Well, I mean, Bridges and Tunnel. Will there be another Bridges and Tunnel?
I did a show called Sell by Date that's happening now, and it hasn't been officially announced yet, but I have a show coming to television this fall, so keep your eyes peeled.
You guys hear that? A show coming to television, and you know what? I'm out. Thank you so much, Sarah. Continue blessings and success. You're amazing.
Thank you guys very much.
Thank you. This is an amazing evening. We're honoring the legacy, the work of the late Gordon Parks. Talk to me a little bit, Freddie, about what it means to you to be here tonight supporting this powerful activation.
You know, a huge fan, growing up a huge fan of Gordon Parks' work, from a kid in Brooklyn to being blessed to having had my photo taken by him. The photo, which is a big part of the event tonight, where about 200 people from hip-hop 20 years ago got together in Harlem.
Wow.
It's called A Great Day in Hip-Hop. Gordon Parks took that picture, and I'm a part of it. I got to meet him a couple of times.
Man.
So it's a special blessing that I dreamed to be in front of his camera, and I was with a whole bunch of the hip-hop family. Yeah.
That is amazing. Gordon Parks photographed you. Do you remember like what resonated with you when you first got the news that was going to happen?
That I got up to Harlem, and it was exciting, and I was happy to get it done.
You guys, just thank you. Absolutely beautiful, powerful, black, elegant couple. The Gordon Parks Foundation Gala is one of your favorite foundations. Talk to me a little bit about coming on board when you decided you wanted to be a part of the Gordon Parks legacy. Ladies first.
Being a part of my husband and I really, as we started the Dean Collection, we really wanted to focus on collecting really special, powerful artists, particularly of color, and Gordon Parks being the most incredible representation of a Renaissance human being who not only does music but does art and photography and film, and just shows that there is no limit to what expression and art gives to the world. So it was from that moment, and also the Gordon Parks Foundation has always been so generous and wonderful. It started with something that I wanted to get for him for his birthday or Father's Day.
Oh, and Father's Day is coming too, so you got to get him another Gordon Parks.
We got enough now.
That is absolutely amazing. Swiss, talk to me a little bit about Shaft, one of Gordon Parks' earlier works. We've seen the original. We've seen the late John Singleton's version. I mean, that is the power of his legacy. And now we have a third Shaft coming out.
I haven't seen the new Shaft, but Shaft is a legacy piece, and Gordon Parks is a legacy, in itself. And to just be here tonight to celebrate greatness and being, the biggest Gordon Parks collectors in the world is the Dean Collection. And so
Wait, did you guys hear that? I'm sorry, I got goosebumps. I got goosebumps.
Yes. Actually, the collection is at Cooper Square Gallery. You can see in Boston.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so it's pretty amazing. It's about taking his legacy and introducing it to different audiences, like how he would want it.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your time. Tanisha Laverne Grant, blackinamerica.com.